Hey guys, your boy Sean Bellamy back with you with another episode of Philly Eagles Talk. And in this episode of Philly Eagles Talk on the channel of Fly Eagles Fly, we're gonna go over. I'm gonna go over my thoughts. Of the Eagles preseason, their first preseason game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you watched my episode from yesterday, before the game came on, whatever, I told you guys that don't put a huge stock into preseason. Like I'm not gonna sit there and overreact. Like if a person did terrible or did over well, I'm not gonna sit there and say this, and this, but there was some good things as far as Philly Eagles. As a fan standpoint, there was some good things that we did see yesterday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's get right into it for our first preseason game against the Steelers. As far as offense goes, let's get this right out the way. Jalen Hurts. I thought Jalen Hurts did a good job. I thought he looked poised. I thought he took a really good command of the offense to start out. He finished the game 3 of 7 for 54 yards. But again, if you watch the game and just don't pay attention to stats and actually look into context, you would know that he should have been 4 for 4. Let's get that right off too. Jalen Hurts should have been 4 for 4 to start the game, like 100%. After the first possession, he had a great pinpoint, accurate pass to Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert ran a great route to the outside. It's kind of like one of them in and out routes, and Jalen threw a perfect pass, hit Dallas Goedert in stride, and they had a big gain on the first possession against the Steelers. But then the next pass, when he threw, it was right there in his hand, should have been caught. He threw it to Jalen Hurts threw it to Jalen Reagor, and Reagor dropped the pass. I'm going to go over Jalen Reagor as far as the things I did not like, in a bit after I go over the good things I saw from the offense and defense. But like I said, Jalen Reagor dropped the pass, and then on a third down play, Jordan Howard, our running back, who I did not know was 26 years old. I really thought Jordan Howard was older than that. But Jordan Howard did a good job picking up the blitz on the outside, and Jalen stood in the pocket, stood tall, and threw a good pass in the middle. I don't know if it was to Dallas Goedert or to Zach Ertz, but the point is, whoever it was dropped the pass on third down, so the Eagles had to settle for a field goal, which Jake Elliott made. So overall, like I said, in that first possession, Jalen really did a good job, and in the second possession, they really didn't do much. He didn't do much after that. He threw a pass, to Quez Watkins that did get that was too far and it was incomplete, and then he kind of took a hit on third down in the second possession, which I was like, all right, that's it, get him out. It's unnecessary. Let's just end this. He did well. Let's leave it at that. But like I said, yeah, overall for Jalen Hurts, I think we all as Eagles, I can speak for a lot of Eagles fans. When I said we did like what we saw from him, he took, like I said, control of the offense. He looked poised, accurate at times. He made good decisions as far as when he had to throw the ball out. Also, in the second possession, he had to throw the ball out of bounds instead of taking a loss. So we like what we saw from Jalen. That was good. Jalen did his thing for the two times he was in. I can live with it. Also, what was good on offense? Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins deserves a roster spot. Let's just get that right out the way. I love that Quez Watkins. His speed. I think he got good hands with it. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know that Quez Watkins is a guy the Philadelphia Eagles really don't use. He's been on the roster as far as the practice squad, and they kind of bring him up when there's injuries and stuff like that all over the place that we really get to see him. But fans have been pulling for him for a while, and he deserves an opportunity. Definitely dating back to last year. And in this game against the Steelers today, I think he deserved his roster spot. The man deserves to be on the roster amongst the other receivers. I think he deserves some reps and playing time. Because it happened yesterday, the Philadelphia Eagles against the Steelers. I'm sorry, Joe Flacco came in the third possession. Jalen Hurts was out, and Joe Flacco threw a screen pass to Quez Watkins, and Quez Watkins just went off. Like, it was good blocking by the Eagles overall, but Quez Watkins put on the Jets and was going for a 79-yard touchdown. You could argue 79 touchdown run because, like I said, it was just a screen pass from Flacco to Watkins, and he went off. And again, that's what we love about Watkins: his speed, his burst. And it was great to see when he scored a touchdown. The players celebrated with him, and so did the fans. Was happy for him. Everyone was on Twitter. It's like, yeah, man, give this dude a roster spot. As I got my notes here, so Quez Watkins, I definitely think that I think he better, as far as I could tell, it's for a lot of us, like I said, I can speak for a lot of Eagles fans saying he better make the roster. Those are my two good things that happen on offense. On defense, what was good is Alex Singleton. I love Alex Singleton. I think he's our best linebacker. I still think we need to, shift around a linebacker, maybe get, maybe a few pieces here and there at the core. But overall, I love Alex Singleton. Alex Singleton has a nose for the ball. He was all over the place. Definitely to start out the game against the Steelers. I love Alex Singleton, and just the fact that he came from just being a special teams, guy that you have him in there for like punts and kick returns, stuff like that. He is literally, you argue, our best linebacker on the team, bar none. Other person I liked as well, before I get on to what I didn't like, and was Anthony Harris. Anthony Harris he didn't do a whole lot yesterday, but he showed in his one possession, the first possession when the starters was out there. Anthony Harris was a safety we got from the Vikings on a 1-year deal. I always ask Vikings fans about him before this. When we made the deal, they said he's a good pickup. He's just got to stay healthy and everything, but he is a good player, and he had a good pass breakup when the Steelers had their first possession. And I'm going to really like Anthony Harris being out there with Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, and Ronnie McLeod, them dudes. I think that core is going to be good. I won't say great, but I think that core is going to be good. That was as far as the defense. Again, there wasn't a whole lot. Like I said, it's just preseason. Relax. But yeah, I thought Jalen Hurts, Quez Watkins, Alex Singleton, and Anthony Harris was the 4 guys that I looked at. Thought they did a good job. Just pretty sure there was other guys that did their, as far as the guys trying to make the team that did their thing. But as far as the one bad thing, I guess I can say, I won't overreact here, but I will say if I have something good or was something bad, Jalen Reagor. I told people this, and I know it's just preseason, but I'm going back to last year and we picked him in the first round, even though I thought we should have got holy crap, I forgot his name. I'm so mad at myself. Y'all know the wide receiver from the freaking Vikings. I'm so mad that I actually forgot his name. No, Justin Jefferson. That was his name. I really wanted the Eagles to get Justin Jefferson last year. I am not sold on Jalen Reagor. I get his speed. I get when you get him to the outside, that man is got the jets of his own, the burst of his own to do what he wants to do. But this man, I saw a clip. I think it was a week or so ago where they showed him catch the ball with one hand, and he kind of got up when he did it like he was, and everyone was hyped about it. Like, yo, look at the young man, look at the one hand. Listen, that's cool and all, bro. You can catch with one hand, but be consistent. I just feel like Jalen Reagor is just so inconsistent at times that you kind of forget he's there. And it's ridiculous that you have that thought. At least in my mind, it's ridiculous that I have to have this thought because, again, you were the first-round draft pick for us in a draft class of wide receivers last year that was pretty stacked. So it still kind of leaves me shaking my head that we made this pick instead of getting Justin Jefferson. And you can argue Justin Jefferson is one of the best young wide receivers in the league. You can't say that for Jalen Reagor. And that yesterday, him dropping that pass with Jalen Hurts, and when they had him back there fielding punts, I don't know how I feel. I'm up in the air about this man fielding punts. He did the same thing last year. Again, it's one preseason game, but I'm only talking about what he did last year as well. He's continuing to do it this year. When there's punts coming, there was two great punts by the Steelers, and the ball was at, I think the first one, it was okay. I was like, all right, okay, he let it bounce to the 1-yard line because there was really nothing he could do. There was Steelers players everywhere. But the second time, it's like his decision to field punts and run away from the ball instead of catching it just really leaves me just a little annoyed. The second time that when the Steelers punted, he could have caught the ball, I think, it was a 5 or the 8-yard line. It's not great, but he could have did there. But then he just let the ball bounce again about 2 more yards, and the Steelers got it at our 3. So I don't know how I feel about him fielding punts. It seems ridiculous saying that. Also, by ridiculous, because he's a fast guy. You want a fast guy out there fielding the punts and whatever. But at the same time, he rarely catches the ball, so you really don't even get to really see what he can do anyway. And like I said, go back to last year and look at the tapes last year. He did the same thing where you're like, dude, why are you letting the ball bounce backwards further and further when you could have just caught it at the 10 or at the 8? At least give us some wiggle room to work. So I don't know. Jalen, I don't know. And again, I'm also bringing this up because, like I said, it's just a preseason game. But again, this man, his mental, I'm saying I don't know if he's kind of weak mentally. I'll say because there's been so much going on last year where he came at the fans for calling him out and saying, dude, you need to be better. Come on, man, we expect more out of you. And he actually deleted it. Well, I think he deleted it, but he left social media, got off social media, which is good sometimes. But he got on social media because he didn't like the criticism the fans were giving him, which was fair criticism. He was dropping passes, wasn't really being effective last year. And if there's any proof this year, me seeing him catch a ball one hand in practice does not move me to think, okay, this guy could be our wide receiver 1. I still believe the Eagles should sign a veteran wide receiver to be on this team. I just don't see Jalen Reagor as a number one option. I just don't. But again, I could again just be overreacting, but I'm just saying I just don't see the man as a number one option. I think he's a good two option because of his speed. You can take the top off of defense if you get him out and open, but like I said, he drops passes and a lot of times he's not getting open when you need him to. So that is it, you guys. A little mini Jalen Reagor rant, but yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe he'll prove us wrong, prove me wrong. But overall, like I said, the preseason, it is what it is. The preseason, don't put much stock into it as far as if a guy does terrible. So I won't beat down on Jalen too much. Okay, we should release. I'm not gonna say that. We say hopefully he gets better. But yeah, overall, I will say that it was good. I would say as far with the Eagles, like I said, Jalen Hurts and offense, I thought they looked good. The defense looked okay. Nick Sirianni is our new head coach. Called the play. I thought he looked okay. Yeah. So that was our first preseason game. Just hopefully we go, carry the momentum on to the next one until the regular season starts, which I wish we could just go right into. But that's it, you guys. I'm out. Peace.